All right, we are back again with another kitchen cook-up with the MPC Key 37. Don't really know what I'm gonna make. Hopefully it comes out dope. If it doesn't, you guys can go ahead and flame me up in the comment section.
Bolo!
All right, before we get started, if you guys need anything for your studio, make sure you guys go ahead and click myzounds.com link in the description and get you something for your studio. They have a whole bunch of stuff on the site that requires no credit or background check, meaning all you have to do is order it, they'll ship it to you, and then you just make monthly installments on the equipment. All they just need is a credit or debit card hooked to the account so they can take the money out monthly. Now, it's not everything on the site, but it is a whole bunch of stuff on the site that you guys can go ahead and get right now with no credit or background check. So go ahead and click that zounds.com link in the video description and get you some gear today. All right, you guys know how much I rock with analog cases because they make the best cases that will protect your musical gear. However, did you guys know that they make very dope stands as well? You need to check out their XTS stands. These things are crazy. They come in 2 different sizes and these things are made of premium steel. If you're someone like me who uses their MPC Live 2, or if you use like a Machine Plus or a Machine or like a SP404 or even like an iPad or smaller DJ gear, these stands are made for professional musicians just like you. And the good thing about it is you don't have to break the bank to get the stands. They're very inexpensive. So if you're a musician that is looking to get a professional grade stand, make sure you guys go ahead and click my analog cases link in the description and get you a stand today. All right, so I got my MPC Key 37 hooked up, ready to go. Don't really know what I'm gonna make, but hopefully it comes out dope. I'm more or less gonna focus on making a very quick beat, and I'm gonna show you guys how I sequence everything out, because a lot of you guys are like, how do you sequence it after you get done? And, you know, add like master effects and all that stuff like that too. And what I'm gonna do too is when I get done making the beat, the finished beat will be on my Bolo MP3 page. So if you're not following that page, please go ahead and follow my Bolo MP3 page. It's gonna have all the beats that I make on these kitchen cook-ups, and I'm gonna have other beats on there as well. Just pretty much a beats page so you guys can listen to some of my beats. You know, some of them gonna be good, some of them gonna be bad, but who cares, you know? It is what it is. I'm just having fun. So make sure you guys go ahead and follow that. Link will be in the description so you guys can go to that page. Let's go ahead and make this beat. I found a nice little sound in the Fabric XL, which I will be using. All the internal melody sounds will be used with all the internal stuff in here. And the drum kit that I'm gonna be using today is my Bolo 2023 kit. So if you guys wanna go ahead and get that drum kit, the link will be in the description so you guys can get that as well. So this is the sound that I got right here, which is like a cool little sine, chime, bell sound out of the Fabric XL. And let's go ahead and make something really quick and sequence this bad boy up. So let's see here. I probably might want to go about probably like 140, and 4 bars should be cool. Let's go and add that. All right, so that was pretty cool. Let's go ahead and double this up real quick, and let's go back here. And we're gonna add the same sound, but we're gonna add the lower notes. I would have did it at the same time, but it's only 37 keys, but it's all good. All right, sounds pretty good. So now let's go ahead and let's add another sound in here. So let's add another plug-in. So we're gonna have to hit that plug-in thing right there. And let's see what we got. Let's go back to Fabric, Fabric XL. Let's try to find something that's pretty cool. I don't really know what I'm gonna add in here, but let's just try to find something. Try some strings. Kind of sounds a little dramatic. Oh, that's actually kind of dope. I actually kind of like the little dramatic strings in there. I'm gonna go back to main. I'm gonna add one more sound in here. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Let's go back to that sound right there. Let's go to another track, and I'm gonna add another sound in there. So I'm gonna go to plug in 3, and then we're gonna add something else. Let's go ahead and add that. All right, so I found a nice little sound. I'm just gonna add this in here, and then we're gonna add some drums to it real quick. And I kind of like how I'm doing this to where it's kind of like the velocity is slowly getting higher towards the end of like the loop part of it. And then it just goes back down. So it kind of gives like a little character to the beat rather than everything just being on the same note. So let me know if this is something you guys kind of like. All right, so let's go back to main. We got our sounds in here. Now let's go ahead and use my drum kit. I got it right here. This drum kit actually comes in an expansion, so all you gotta do is load it up. I have a video showing you guys how to do that. And then it just loads up and I have all my drums laid out for you. So has everything ready to go. And you can go ahead and get it. Click the link in the description. So let's go ahead and add some drums to this. All right, time to add this bass in here. Let's go ahead and put this in a key group. Let's go ahead and put that in a key group real quick. That's right, it's in key. Hey, not bad. It's real simple. It's real simple. But I'm just trying to get through it real quick. Try to add some snares in here. All right, cool. So we got that in there right now. And I could add some more stuff to it, but I'm just going to leave this very simple, very plain, so we can, go ahead and sequence everything up. So right now, I'm in sequence 1. I have all my sounds and stuff in it. And a lot of you guys are like, well, you get done with the beat. How do you take the sequences and do it? Even though I show you guys how to do this, but I did it more or less on my lives when I was on the, other site doing my live beat making. But I'm gonna show you guys how to do it really quickly on here. So it's actually very simple. So what I like to do is with sequence 1, I always try to make this like my intro sequence. So I just name it intro. So I go into there, I hit it, and I name it intro, because I know it has all my sounds and stuff that I need. I'm pretty much done. I know what I want. So I go back to main, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I'm going to click on copy sequence. I'm gonna copy this, and I'm actually gonna name this next sequence, I'm gonna name this hook. Okay, I'm gonna name it hook 1, because we're doing these in 8-bar loops, and double time 8 bars is really 4 bars. So I got a hook 1 for these 8 bars right here because we're working in double time. So we do that. Okay, what I'm gonna do again is I'm gonna copy that sequence again, and in sequence 3, I'm gonna name this hook 2. All right, so name it hook 2. All right, got that done. And you don't have to do this. You can actually just make one hook and then double it up in the songs, or you could just double it up in the sequence and just make it as one long one. I like to keep mine in 4s because I like to make changes in them. Basically they're 8s, but they're 4s because it's double time, like I said before. So here we go again. We're gonna call this verse 1. So we're gonna name that one V1. That's how I do it. All right, I'm gonna copy this again to sequence 5. We're gonna name this V2 for the second part of the verse. And then we're gonna copy this again, and we're gonna name this V3, since I'm gonna make 12-bar verses. That's how I'm gonna be doing it. So we have everything pretty much ready to go. So all we gotta do is go back to main, and then we have all of our stuff right here. And I forgot to do that. Hold on. Let's go back to this. Let's copy this. Let's copy this to we're gonna call this V3. All right. All right, so we got that done. Now, all we have to do is really go in here and just mute certain tracks. Now, this is the basic way of doing it. I'm just showing you guys the basic way of doing it for the ones who don't know how to do this yet. If you just got an MPC Key 37 or just any of the newer MPCs, this is the way how you can do it very fast and very efficiently. So I know that in my verses right here, I do not want that lead in here. So really, I'm supposed to be naming my tracks, but I don't like naming my tracks. I just kind of just go with the flow because, it takes a little while. But this right here, this Mini D Dr. Whistle is the lead. So I'm going to mute it out of here. Or what you simply can do is you can actually go to your track mutes right here and just mute it that way. So I know track 4 is that lead. So I'm in right here, I'm in V3. Okay, I'm in the third part of the first verse or third part of the verse. So we're going to go to V2. We're going to take that out. And then V1, we're going to take that out as well. And inside of our intro, which I'm now in my intro, I'm going to take that out as well. So we don't have that in there. Okay. Now, for our intro, what we're going to do is we're going to take out the bass, and we're going to probably take out most of the percussion sound. So if I play this, so pretty much I took out all the percussion, I left the strings, I left everything else in there, and I'm pretty much happy with what I have right now. So this is my intro. And of course I'm gonna add my tag in there, but I'll do that a little later on. So my intro is done, I got all this out, this is how it sounds. All right, so we got that. So now we're gonna go to the hook part, which the hook part is gonna have everything in it. So I'm not taking nothing out, so this is how it sounds on the first part of the hook. So it's hook 1. All right, cool. So we got that done. Now, the second part of the hook, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that snare part out. Okay, I'm gonna take that snare part out, or I can take anything else I want out, but what I'm gonna do for this particular hook is I'm gonna take the snare part out. So I'm gonna take track 9 out and I'm gonna leave everything else in there. And then there's another little thing I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna show y'all guys how to do it because some of y'all were kind of wondering how to do it. I can actually go in here, take the snare out. So as you guys can see, it's just a clap. But what I'm gonna do is the last 4 bars of that, I'm gonna go ahead and take that bass line out. Now, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can mute it out, or you can actually go into the actual track view and take it out that way, which I kind of recommend, but the easiest way is to just mute it out. So you can just mute out that bass part. So here's the bass right here. So you guys can see track 8 is the actual bass, and I can mute it out in the actual sequence. So what I'm gonna do is when I get towards the end part, I'm just gonna press record and I'm just press mute and it's gonna mute out that part. You can do it that way, or you can go ahead and you can just actually go into the actual pattern, like in pattern 8. So like say for instance, we're in 4 and we're in 8 right here. We can actually go into here and then we could just actually mute out these last couple bars, which that's pretty easy. Or you can go ahead and do it the way I like to do it. All right, so yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and just highlight these 2 parts right here. This is gonna be the last 2 parts. We can hit shift, and what I like to do a lot of times, I just hit cut. And just like that, inside of hook 2, now the second part of this is not going to play those last 2 notes on the bass. So if we play it, and as you guys can see, the last 2 notes of that bass line didn't play anymore, so we're done. All right, so we're gonna go back to track mute. We're gonna go back to verse 1, and we're gonna do a verse 1 is we're gonna go ahead and take out that string part in verse 1, which that was track 3, I believe. I think so. Yeah, that was the string part. We're gonna leave the snare in there. We're gonna leave everything else the same way. Then we're gonna go to V2. We're gonna add the string part back in there, which that's back in there. And then we're gonna leave the claps in there. And then the third part of the verse, we're going to take the claps back out, right? And then we'll go back to main, and then we're gonna be right back here on the 808, which I'm gonna name this for you guys. I'm gonna name this 808. Just name it 808 for right now. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back in here. These last 2 notes are already highlighted for us already. And I'm actually gonna, just for this video, I'm actually gonna highlight more than that. I'm gonna do all of these right here. I'm gonna hit shift and I'm just gonna hit cut, just like that. Really simple to do. And then we're gonna go back to main and let's play this out really quick. And that's cool, but it's like one little bass part in there I didn't like. I don't want this one in there either. I'm gonna take that out too, shift, and then just press cut. It's probably another way you can do it, but that's the way I do it. So let's play this back one more time. All right, sounds good. So we got everything that we need in here. And then what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to menu. So I'm gonna go to menu, we're gonna go to song mode. Now that we have everything, all of our patterns the way we want it, we can put everything in song mode. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit record. This is gonna be the easiest way to do it. You can either hit these pads or you can press these right here. As you guys can see, as intro, hook 1, hook 2, V1, V2, V3. All that good stuff. So I can hit my pads or I can hit this. I like to hit the pads. So I'm gonna do my intro, my hook, all of my verse parts. Then I'm gonna do my hook again, all of my verse parts, and I'm gonna do the hook one more time. And once I do that, I pretty much got everything done. I'm gonna press stop, That way it's not recording in the parts that I have, and I have a whole song done, completed, done. So if I play this back, it's not mixed or nothing like that really, but if I play this back right now, it's gonna play a song. So let me play it for you. And there it is. Simple as that. We got the song done. We got it how we like it. Okay, we got everything in there. I'm gonna add my tag in and stuff like that a little bit later. But a lot of you guys were having issues when you have it in song mode, you couldn't pull up like the master track to add master effects and stuff like that. Well, it's actually very easy. What you have to do is you got to convert this to a sequence first. So we're going to do convert to sequence, and it's going to ask us what sequence we want to convert it to. I usually, I go to like 10 or 11. I like to go a little bit later, and make sure it says include muted tracks. So you want to make sure that the sequence has all your mutes and everything in there. You press do it, okay? You go back to main, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go to that sequence, which was sequence 10, and now it has the whole song on here now. So it has everything laid out, patterned out, everything. It has it done. So if we play it from the start, like I said before, it's got everything. It's already sequenced and all that good stuff. So now that we have that, we can actually go into the mixer window right now. So we can actually go into the mixer window, and it has all our plugins, and then it has our drum programs and everything in here as well. And what we got to do is just go right here to either sub mixes, where you can add to the sub mix, or you just go to main output. And if we press play, you see now that it plays that right there. So you can now, with that, you can go ahead, and it already has the touch effects in here, which I don't know why that's in there. But now what you can do is you can clear that touch effect out, and then you can actually go in here, go into like your dynamics, and then you can use like your limiter, your maximizers, and all that stuff like that, which I don't really use the limiter and stuff like that in here like that. But you can go ahead and do it. So as you guys can see, the limiter and stuff is pulled up. I'm gonna go ahead and play it for you. I don't really like using the limiter and stuff like that in here, but I'm gonna play it for you either way so you guys can see. So you can actually go in here, you can actually change the ceiling and stuff like that. I'm gonna put the ceiling at -2 dB. And then you can change the look ahead, the release. I like a fast release on here. I like a really fast release. And I like the look ahead to be a little bit up, a little bit, and then we can play it back. So there it is. That's how you can put your master effects on there. You can actually go back and add a, EQ and other stuff like that on there as well. You can add your effects on the outputs 1 and 2 when you're in the mixer. But you have to make sure that when you're in song mode, you have to convert it to a sequence, and that way you can do it that way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will have the finished beat on my Bolo MP3 page so you guys can listen to that. And I'm gonna go ahead and kind of mix this up a little bit and try to get it sounding a little bit better. I'm gonna do everything inside the box, and it will be on my Bolo MP3 page. So go ahead and click that link and go follow that page right now. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I always say, peace out.